at the results you'll get if you follow the Lord with passion, if you're careful about the reading. I've been careful about the reading of the Bible, but it's still like I still miss some stuff. And so you're getting some of it that I've missed right now. That's what it is. Okay? So let me recapitulate just for a minute. In verse, I'm looking at the King James Version. I have the Living Bible here too. In verse 18 of Genesis chapter 2, and the Lord said, it's not good that man should be alone, but I will make him a help meet for him. Now, in the Living Bible, it says it this way, verse 18 of chapter 2 of Genesis. It says, then the Lord said, it's not good for man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him. So now, look, you can go to a couple other translations and get, you know, a kind of, I don't know, you can get the same understanding, but God was putting the value to the woman by what he said. Okay? So he says it's not good that man should be alone. He wasn't talking about a psychological negativity that was in the man, that he was going through some crisis of, why am I by myself? I need somebody. No. He didn't even know that he needed anybody. It was God that made the statement, not Adam. Because, look, the only person that knew Adam had a need was the one that created him. But his need wasn't to psychologically and emotionally satisfy him. No way. It was about the destiny of the created order. See? So in other words, God said it's not good that man would be alone for what he was made to do. See? Now he already was in existence. God already made him. So it says in Genesis 1:26, again, reading out of the King James Version, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness. And look though, the allusion to the woman, and let them have dominion, see, over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air. So look, so verse 27, so God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. So again, I said to you in my previous time talking with you, is that woman was made for not just Adam, you see that, but for mankind. Not that an individual woman would be for every man. No, an individual woman would be for a man. That's marriage. So all the other nonsense that's going on is exactly that. And it's going to be severely judged by God when a man says it's okay for him to marry a man, and a woman says it's okay for him to marry. I mean, there's a governor in the United States that's, and you know, at least two of them I'm familiar with. And in two states where in one case, a woman is married to a woman, another case, a man is married to a man. As governors, they're going against the created order. The judgment is going to be severe in the great day for that. Because God couldn't build the planet based on their turnaround, opposite, ungodly behavior that goes against this right here that I just read to you. And only in this state do you get these subsequent words. And God blessed them. See? And God said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, look at this, replenish the earth. Only in the state that God originally made man could those words be fulfilled. See? So when God made the man, he made him with a competency level of fulfilling divine destiny. See? When God makes the woman, he made her to substantiate the union of the purpose of God. So follow me. You got to follow me closely. You got to be in the Word to listen to me anyway. That's kind of how it is. And I'm doing the Word right now with you. And I'm going back to some basic things. But some of these things, I haven't said it like this before. And I'm saying that if you don't do the Bible and understand it the way God said it in 1:26 and 27, And then what God was referring to when it says, and God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. I said, without a man and a woman, or you could say male and female, but he wasn't just talking about gender, he's talking about developmental level. See, I said to you scores of decades before, male relates to gender, female relates to gender, but man and woman relates to development. You see that? Like you don't call a little 2-year-old girl a woman. You call her a girl. See? You don't call a little 2-year-old boy man. See? If you do, you're nonsense. See? Why? Because it's development. So God created man and woman in a state of being where he could reproduce after them. It's sort of like when you get born again. You're not born again as just a male or just a female. You're born again as a man and a woman. You have to be at the age of accountability where you're responsible for your behavior. It's actually like how God made Adam and his wife naturally adults right away. When you get born again, you have to be what we call the age of accountability as an adult. To be able to make the decision to say, I repent of my sinful life. I accept Jesus into my heart to live a godly life. That's a grown-up decision. Come on, don't shout me down now. Boom, you're putting it out right now. Okay? This is a grown-up decision. So why should we act like a child when we've made the decision as a grown-up to follow God? My Father. And then so what you have in the Bible are the principles of what it means to be grown up and to follow God into the vision that he has for the creation.